Welcome into the Utah Top 50 Elite League. Come to you live from Salt Lake Community College. 3 games coming up for you tonight. And the first one, the Minnesota Muskies and the St. Louis Spirits. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Have some great matchups coming up for you here tonight, including a really good one here in our leadoff game of the night. Minnesota and St. Louis is an early bucket scored there for the Spirits. And a couple teams here that have some substitutions tonight, dealing with injuries and whatnot. We'll get into those as the game progresses. A nice putback there for the Muskies makes it 2-2 apiece. Minnesota coming in here 3-0 through the first 3 weeks, and the Spirit at 2-1. Critical game for these two sides is in 2 weeks we'll be having our final week, 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, and 5 versus 6. That seeding certainly on the line tonight. And next week there could be a pivotal matchup if Minnesota is able to win tonight and Flint wins tonight. It'd be a battle of undefeated. So a lot to play for here. And, of course, Flint has a game a little bit later that we'll see. As a nice take in there by by Brady Smith, and he threw it out to the official. The official looked like he was ready to shoot. Gave that one up. 3-point try there by Erickson won't go. And now we're coming up the floor here quickly with the Muskies inside. Nice find. And that's been a young man who's had a really good league here, and that being Matani Hinckley, the junior out of Brighton High School. Feels like every week he's been really strong for Minnesota in the block. He's also stepped out and shot a little bit. Has been a good rebounder. A nice find there on the take by Ivy Leviso. Able to find the big man, Luke Moyer, in the paint. Here's Smith. Some nice ball movement there. Smith, that shot was deflected, kept, but given away. And on the Muskies, a nice drive there to the rim to give the lead back here to Minnesota. I think that might have been Reese Dent that was able to gather and finish. Going to ask for patience. Again, we're going off of picture rosters here. Everyone wearing number 50, a token of their status of one of the top players in the state of Utah here in this top 50 league. Brady Smith coming out with the board, pushing the tempo now. Hinckley, nice drive there by Matani. And it's 8-4 here in favor of the Muskies. 2 20-minute halves. Running clock until the last 2 minutes of play. There's a drive there, and we've got a foul here on the floor going to be called. First team foul there. Erickson to throw in, does so to Moyer. Moyer, the Copper Hill Grizzly, a senior this year for Copper Hills. That shot was short. Erickson with a follow, and the Syracuse Titan able to finish there, able to get that to curl over the front of the rim. Smith gives that off. Good ball movement here. Sets up the three, and that one hit. Nice made three there by the Muskies. Potential answer on the way. That won't go. And the rebound gathered there, I believe, by Dent as that ball deflected out. Substitutions here for the Muskies. Coming over. I think this is Reiser. Tough. Reverse finish won't go. Rebound gathered there. Hurd. Boy, nice move by Driston Hurd. The Cypress Pirate with a nice take to the rim there. Carson Smith gave that to his brother Brady. Brady, little turnaround there, won't go. Rebound gathered by Ivy Leviso. The Kearns Cougar pushing tempo here now. Gonna back things out. Tough take. Oh my goodness, how about that finish at the rim? Nifty play there by Caden Erickson, pulling the Spirits back here to within 1. Nice burst here from St. Louis to get back in this. Approaching 5 minutes into the contest. That take by Smith off the glass and out on the run here for the Muskies. Three-point try on the way. Count it good. Excuse me, that's the Spirits. Able to hit the transition tray. Might have been Jake Fitton, I believe. Inside, a foul here on the take. One of the, I'm going to say an advantage in this league. Hey, we're going 1 for 2, 1 for 3 at the line. We got action to get to. And so free throw coming up here for the Muskies. I think this is Burriston at the line, able to hit it. 13 apiece here. Good way to start off tonight's opener. Reminder, 3 games for you tonight. Here's a 3 on the way from Hurd. He's able to hit it. You can't play basketball at Cypress unless you can hit the 3. We'll see a couple of their three-point shooters as the night progresses as well. But Driston Hurd able to knock one down. He'll head to the bench here, catch a breather as we'll see Jackson Lee now come on the floor. Substitutions here for the Muskies as well. Samuel Lind on the floor. One of the substitutions along with Reese Dent. This is Lind. Got the inbound. Burriston looks inside to Carson Smith. Now out to Reiser. Reiser, one of the real bright point guards in this state. Good take by Ace. Just crawled off the front of the rim. And the rebound gathered by Lee. Lee pushing tempo here. Gives it to Ivy. Ivy. Good defense there by Burriston. Ivy's able to get the baseline. Will send it out. Three-point try on the way from Moyer. Count it good. The St. Louis Spirits, they were down 11-6. This is a 13-2 run. Pull up there from Lind. Sam Lind. Another youngster, sophomore for the Wasps of Wasatch High School. As Javon Lee's 3 rims out. Ooh, Lind terminated. Got some help there at half court from Burriston. Burriston going to try the 3. That's short. And it will send Jordy Barnes on the run. Jordy, another sophomore. So one of the great things about this tournament is not just upperclassmen. You get some youngsters as well, but there is an upperclassman in Luke Moyer able to take that to the rim and finish. Here's Dent. Carson. Burriston had the cut through the paint. Kept on the perimeter. 3 on the way. That won't go. Loose ball. Kept here by Carson Smith. Burriston for 3. Able to hit it. The long ball is in range tonight. And a carry. There the call. Take here by Reiser, gets to the rim. Barnes gives it to Quincy Hills, now worked around. Here's Lee, back to Barnes. Boy, I thought he was going to dial one up. His dad would have been proud of that range. Jordy able to keep it. Oh, nice filling the lane there and an easy lay-in. Inside, Carson Smith, Bountiful Brave, does a nice job in the paint. Timeout going to be taken here, 23-22. Spirits leading the Muskies, 11 minutes to go here in the first half. And with that, we'll let you all know the Utah Top 50 is now available for high school girls basketball. It is a league that was created for the top Utah high school players to access high-level competition against their peers before the season begins. High school open gyms aren't enough competition for the top players. In the Utah Top 50 League, you'll play against the best, fine-tune your skills, and get competitive playing time before the season starts. Request your invitation at UtahTop50.com today. Girls games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November right here at Salt Lake Community College, and teams will be coached by current college coaches. If you are a top high school girls basketball player, request your top. Coming down here with the Spirit. That one won't go. After a hot start, we've got some lids on the buckets here. 3 on the way. That one good. Javon Lee able to hit it. (26-22) the advantage here. As a substitution coming on here. That one kept. Another whistle here. Drive by Hurd. That off the front of the rim won't go. And it's 25 now for the Muskies. (29-28) the advantage here for the Spirits. 8 minutes to go. Long 3 from Barnes. That shot won't go. Rebound by Carson Smith. Oh, good pump fake there by Lind as he takes it to the rim and able to finish. Have Eli Ballstead joining us here. Eli, a former Utah Prep player, now up on the hill. Eli, thanks for joining us here in this first half.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Good drive there. How about that finish? Boy, an athletic take there. I think that might have been Burriston. I don't know if that's Burriston or not, actually. One of the things where we're trying to use pictures and hairstyles change, and so we appreciate your patience. Hinckley, boy, good entry, and how about the finish of Hinckley there? Drawing contact there from behind. Seven minutes to go here, 33-31 Muskies. Again, we'll work to get that scoreboard remedied for you as soon as we can. Straightaway 3 here, Erickson won't go. Rebound gathered by Reiser. Sends it over with Lind. Now, here's Brady Smith. Boy, that entry, trying to lead Dent, ends up turning it over. Barnes pushing it up the floor. What a find.
Man, Black's been really aggressive this half offensively. They've come out attacking White's defense, and it's been doing them good.
We saw a nice little burst there from the Muskies to get back in this, actually take the lead, and there's a 3-ball on the way and good. That is Burriston with the tray.
Once they get moving the ball, the Muskies are good.
Erickson will kick it out. Hurd trying for his second 3. That off the front of the rim. Reiser the board. Ace pushing the tempo. Has Brady to his right. Brady, good drive and a nice finish. Jordy Barnes did a good job. Got a hand on that ball, but Brady too strong. And now back up the floor here with the Spirit as the Muskies holding the 5-point lead. Straightaway 3 from Moyer. That off the side of the rim. Riser. Oh, nutmeg the defense will send it out. 3 on the way here from Dent. Left it short, and that ball out of play. $5:15 to go here in our first half. 38-33 Muskies. That pass regathered here by Leviso. Nice shimmy by Ivy. Sends it out. 3 from Hurd. That won't go. And the ball gathered here by Riser. Eli, are the Spirits settling for a little too many threes right now? Is that one hit?
I think they are. I think they can attack a little bit more and get some easy buckets.
Nice job hitting that 3 for the Muskies. It makes it 41-33, the largest lead of this first half for the Minnesota Muskies as they're looking to stay undefeated here in the early part of this season, or of this league, I guess I should say. Eli, how hard is it? We just talked a little bit about the Spirits kind of settling for some threes their last couple of possessions. How hard is that as a player to see the scoreboard and to be able to have the patience to kind of work your way back 2 at a time?
Yeah, it's tough. It takes a lot of discipline to take it one play at a time.
Be interesting to see what these two teams do coming out of this timeout. We do want to remind you the Utah girls top 50. The last couple of weeks of October, if you're one of the top high school girls basketball players in the state, reserve your spot now. Go to www.utah.top50.com. We're going to have to hold the half on that scoreboard. Our apologies. We've got some technical issues, and winter coming early. Apparently our graphic not liking that. Here's Quincy Hills. He's filling in tonight with the Spirits. Had some players that couldn't make it tonight, so it's one of the great things is shuffling things around, and sometimes kids will get to play multiple games on a Monday night here. Is turnaround there by Erickson. Won't go. Riser the board here. Pushing it up the floor. Corner 3. That one won't go for Burriston. That ball loose. Gathered by Leviso. Hills terminated. Back with Ivy. Hurd trying to drive. Boy, tough take there by Hurd. How about that finish?
Great finish by Hurd, and that's what they need to get going.
Shot by Riser, a tough one. Boy, I don't know how he got that one away. Here's Hills. Quincy gives it to his teammate Moyer. Both Grizzlies, contact there, and Moyer here going to go to the line. Is that time it was Hinckley getting caught on the reach. Free throw good. 2 more. 43-37 Muskies. The Muskies in the white uniforms tonight. The Spirit in the darks, and we've got a whistle there. That bucket will count, and it's an automatic and 1. 46-37 Muskies. Boy, quick burst, left-handed reverse won't go. And then it's taken away there by Ivy. Hills. Jackson Lee with a nice backdoor cut. Tough finish off the front of the rim, won't go. Burst in the board. That ball deflected, bouncing around, and gathered here by Leviso. Kearns Cougar able to generate a couple of steals there. His coach Dan Cosby going to like to see that. Always aggressive defensively. And a reach here, the call on Lind.
The Spirits came out of that timeout a little bit more aggressive on offense. They're looking to get to the rim, and if they don't have it, they're kicking it out.
We've had really good energy in this first game tonight, Eli. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Moyer going to try the three. That one's short. Rebound gathered by Brady Smith. Green Canyon Wolf pushing it up the floor here. Here's Hinckley. Over with Reiser. Reiser working against Barnes. A pair of 24 recruits, and Reiser lost that one. Barnes winning it up the floor for Lee, and Lee with the finish. .125 to go here in our opening half. Tough drive there and the foul. Reiser to throw in. In for Hinckley. Hinckley had that one knocked away from behind by Leviso. Barnes on the run. Hills will try the three. That one missed. You can see Moyer was going for the putback flush. Reiser leading the charge. First take won't go, and a foul here on the shot will send Dent to the line. Eli, we got a couple youngsters here from Wasatch High School in Dent and Lind that have been playing in this tournament, and bright futures ahead for both these two.
Yeah, I agree. They've already improved in the time that I've seen them, and I think they have a lot of potential before them.
Of course, they've got a rather well-known coach that's going to be helping them through their high school days, huh?
I would not put much of their potential on the coach.
Oh, you can only say that if he's your dad, right?
Yeah.
James Ballstead, one of the organizers of this tournament. So well done. Awesome to be able to come out to Slick and see it as that one taken away and then nearly given back. We've seen Ivy Leviso. He's had active hands here tonight, Eli.
Yeah, we love to see him get scrappy on defense, getting some deflections and turnovers.
Here's Brady, 40 seconds to go in the half. Leviso fronting Hinckley here. Reiser working around that screen, trying to get it back. Hinckley, double dribbled. That's great help defense in the post.
That is. I think Black's been playing really good defense since that last time out.
25 seconds to go. 48-39 Muskies. Muskies in the white unis. Barnes gets it back. 15 seconds on the clock here. Trying to size up Dent. Clock's down to 10. Barnes, crossover, sends it over. Ivy with a little step through. Left it short. Hinckley the board. 3 seconds to go. Hinckley's going to launch the half-court shot, and this is out of play. And with that, the first half comes to a close. The Muskies leading the Spirit 48-39. You're watching the Utah Top 50 Elite League only on KSLSports.com. Welcome back. Start of the second half. Believe we have our scoreboard good to go here for you. 48-39 Muskies. They are in the light unis and the Spirit in the dark. And a first possession turnover here for the Muskies, Eli. If Dane Stewart, Eli Ballstead with you here, if you're the Spirits, what do you look to do differently here, especially at the start of the second half?
I think the Spirits need to keep up their defense. They've been aggressive, but on the offensive end, I think they need to keep it moving. There have been a couple of my turn shots that I've seen, so if they keep attacking and then looking for the extra pass, I think they'll be fine the second half.
How about that three by Quincy Hills? Good way to start the offense here for the Spirits. Drive there, sent out. Dent will try to match it. Dent off target. That ball tapped out, gathered by Jackson Lee, who's pushing it up the floor here for the Spirit. Barnes with the drive. Little floater from Jordy, won't go, trying to get his own board. That ball loose into the corner, and it will stay here with St. Louis.
Good take by Jordy Barnes. I like how he plays. I think he's got a lot ahead of him.
He does. I kind of figured that we'd see him just launch a lot of threes, and he can hit it, but man, he's a very versatile point guard, Eli.
I completely agree. I'm excited to watch him this year at Olympus.
Good lob inside and a nice finish at the rim for Burston. Lee. That burst, Brady able to get back defensively. Long three on the way, won't go, over the backboard, out of play. Reiser here to inbound. Brady in the paint, taking contact, and the finish from his brother won't go. Tapped out. Here's Ivy. Laviso tried to go spin cycle, hit the floor hard, and lost it. Reiser leaves it for Dent, nearly broken up from behind. Dent recovers. Reiser the three, long three, won't go. Offensive board from Carson Smith. Brady from the corner, short. Jordy Barnes tried to send it out. Good hands there by Carson Smith. Way to get back defensively.
Yeah, he's been getting after it on the boards and gets back for deflection that causes a little havoc.
Hills will throw in. Quick three from Lee. Count it good. St. Louis won't go away here, Eli.
Yeah, they got to keep it up.
Brady gets it back to Dent. Smith now for three. Short. Barnes up for Lee. He's going to try for another three. Boy, that skipped across the rim. Didn't miss by much. Smith, the drive. Tough shot. Deflected. Extra pass. Corner three on the way, and good.
I like how the Spirits are pushing it. They're getting it up the floor before White can get their defense set and get an easy three like that.
And I love the unselfish play from Lee. He could have taken that three, missed one the prior possession, say, hey, I'm going to feed my teammate, and he's able to drill it.
Those are the best shots, right in rhythm.
Reiser, tough fadeaway. Ace Reiser, good for two. And a timeout here taken. 52-48. Muskies, 15:48 to go here in the contest. It's been a great battle back and forth, and been awesome to be here with KSL Sports and Game Night Live Rewind, able to bring you last week and tonight. Of course, we've got 2 more weeks coming up. We'll have the trio of games for you next Monday night, live from Salt Lake Community College. Games at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. The only way you can see this league is right here on KSLSports.com as doors are closed. And Eli, there's something about that. I mean, you know, you have experience playing high school, collegiate ball. You walk into an atmosphere like this, there are no fans, there are no parents, there are no student sections. I mean, as a player, How much different is that, just being able to go out and play and not having to worry about some of those expectations or crowd or fans or any of that?
It's really different, and it's something we experienced a little bit last year as well with COVID, not having fans. But it really depends on the players out on the floor and who's on the bench to bring that energy and to swing the momentum. It's all in your hands. It has nothing to do with the arena or atmosphere. And so I think it really boils down to the true game of basketball and who's going to play it best.
It's been a really fun tournament. They've got a shot clock going here. We haven't had to use it at all. Tempo's been so good, and ball movement, and not a lot of whistles. I've absolutely loved the way that they've structured this game here in the Utah Top 50. It's going to be a league that's going to be around for years to come. So keep training, keep getting better, and hopefully we'll see you, your kid, at this tournament in the coming years. A foul here going to be called on Hills, and it will be Muskie basketball. Riser with it here. Hands it off with Dent. Dent's going to try for the three. That's short. We've seen a lot of short threes on that end of the hoop tonight. End to end for Hills. Able to get it to go.
Good finish through the contact.
Back to a 2-point game. The largest lead, I believe, was 9 for the Muskies. Spirits led in this game in the first half. Riser able to rise and hit it.
Man, Riser doesn't have the height, but he really uses his body to create open shots. And as we saw right before the timeout, getting inside and hitting that pull-up jumper. I like how he plays.
Tough pull-up, Jay wouldn't go. Offensive board keeps it here. Oh, what a pass. Short, Moyer going up. Count it, and one for Luke Moyer. How about that feed, Eli?
Great feed, and Luke Moyer has been a great presence for Black in the post tonight. He's made it hard for White to guard.
He has been filling in tonight for the Spirits, and he's added a nice element here as they're looking to try to hand the Muskies their first loss of this league. Position to do it. 14 minutes to go. 2-point contest here. Riser pulling up. That skipped across, and the board gathered by Erickson. Here come the Spirit. Moyer sees the lane open up, and a foul here on the take by Luke Moyer. Luke will head to the line here. 1-for-2 situation for him. Can tie this game back up. And he does. 55 apiece. Lind had it, now worked around with Dent. Dent guarded by Moyer. Now Smith trying to drive. Works baseline to Hinckley. Hinckley with good vision there, but a nice job poking that away by Burriston. Hinckley to inbound. Lofts in here for Lind. Lind working on Erickson. Pull up from 12. That's short. Rebound gathered by Hurd. Hurd hit a three back in the first half. Here's Hills. Oh, behind the back. And a foul here on the take.
I like how Quincy Hills has played tonight. He's a fill-in as well, but he's been aggressive on both sides of the floor.
He'll inbound now. Worked up with Erickson. Erickson step back three. Oh, couldn't get it over the front of the rim. Rebound by Hinckley. 12 minutes to go here. Smith kicks out to Dent. Extra pass, and just like that, the Spirit back here defensively. Inside to Hinckley. Good perimeter or interior defense, and that poked away. Hurd trying to go end-to-end. Off the glass, and the lead now to the Spirit.
That's a tough finish.
Defense leading to offense. Smith sends it out. Hinckley, this is a three. Oh, Matani Hinckley able to hit a big-time three for Minnesota. Moyer tried to send it out. There's Hinckley, that long stretch. And now he's on the run. That pass was behind him. Hurd able to pick it off. Coming down the other way. Hills, a long three. Rainbow in Salt Lake Community College gym. There are high school gyms that maybe wouldn't have enough ceiling height for that shot to go from Quincy Hills, but he hits it. Nice take there by Lind.
The higher, the happier, Dane.
You know, on a high shot, very little that a defender can do, right? Not that there was a defender there, but that's a good skill to have. Foul here on the drive. We'll get substitutions here on both sides. We're approaching the midway point here in this second half. It'll be Barnes to throw in. Lobbed in for Lee, finds its way to Hurd. He'll take the three. Driston off target, able to help keep the ball here with the Spirit, but they turn it over. Reiser. Oh, nice little lure there by Ace Reiser. Able to get the finish to lead back here to the Muskies. Contact, no whistle there. Smith pushing it up for the Muskies, end to end, off the glass, and he'll head to the line. Good recognition there by Brady, seeing that he's got the defense on their heels, attacking them. Chance here to push it up to 2 possessions.
That's something Brady does really well, is getting to the rim, and what I've seen these past few weeks is he's a really good finisher. He didn't get that one to go, but he gets to the rim and he gets it in.
Free throws. Man, how critical are they? I don't care what league you're playing in. So critical, and Brady able to hit him. We've actually seen really good free throw shooting at this league week after week. Erickson tried to lob one over for Lee and threw it away.
We've seen a lot of turnovers this past little bit. Both sides of the floor got to take care of it if they want to pull this win out.
Take a timeout here, 9:03 to go in regulation, 64-60, Muskies with the lead. And we do want to remind you, if you're one of the top girls basketball players in the state of Utah, the Utah Top 50 League is where you want to be. It was created for top high school basketball players, an opportunity for them to go up against their peers before the season begins. Request your invitation at utah top50.com. Girls games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November, right here at Salt Lake Community College, and you'll be coached by current college coaches. If you're looking to get better, girls season right around the corner, there's no better place than the Utah Top 50 Elite League. If you're a top high school girls basketball player, request your Top 50 invite at utah top50.com. It's great to see, even the boys here tonight being coached by college coaches. Coach Kyle Taylor, head coach for the Salt Lake Community College Bruins, trying to help keep the Muskies undefeated this season, going up against one of his assistants. That's got to be fun for coaching staffs to go head-to-head as well with some of the talent that we see night in, night out here in this league.
Yeah, a lot of bragging rights during the week.
Muskie basketball. Back with Lind. Lind, good defense there by Barnes, staying straight up. And how about the retreat there by Sam Lind? Reiser. Burriston. Trying to work baseline. That pass picked off by Javon Lee. Lee trying to drive, runs into traffic, sends it out. Erickson now with it. Back to Javon from the corner. Javon step back three. That just off the mark. Rebound gathered by Lind. Reiser up ahead for Burst, and he'll pull the trigger on the three. That skipped across. Erickson. Smith defending him. Here's Moyer. in the paint. Luke Moyer, count it, and one for Luke Moyer.
I've loved seeing the contact tonight, and you could see on both sides there, the refs are letting him foul a little bit without much calls, but it's the tougher finisher that's going to win.
They actually gave that to the Muskies on the scoreboard. I'm waiting to see if they fix that, because that was Luke Moyer of the Spirit that hit it. Now they're working on it. As we had a score there by the Muskies. So I've got 66-63. Is that scored by the Spirit? Three on the way by Reiser. That won't go. Rebound by Barnes. Jordy sends it out. Extra pass. Finds Erickson all alone for three. Short. Carson with the board. Hinckley waiting for reinforcements. Has Dent. Nice cut by Burriston in traffic. Barnes here called for the foul.
Smart play by Hinckley to pull it out, get a better shot during that possession.
Leviso going to come back on the floor here. Clock running, 6:15, 1 for 2 here for Tyler Burriston, the Corner Canyon Charger. Good. Six minutes to go here in regulation. Muskies trying to stay undefeated here in week 4. Set up a big-time showdown with Flint next week. Wide open lane for Ivy, and he takes advantage. Down the floor, Hinckley couldn't gather it. And the Muskies turn it over.
Time for the Muskies to capitalize.
Here's Barnes. Trying to work on Burriston. Tough shot from Barnes. Off the glass and good.
Good finish. Good, tough finish.
And the Spirit have the lead now, 69-68. What a contest this has been. Both teams have led by multiple possessions in this one. Stolen away nearly by Lee. Just couldn't stay in play. We've got a time. Oh, I thought we did. Never mind. We've got a substitution whistle. So inside of 5 to go. Here's Brady. Lee able to absorb it. Sent out Burriston. Looking over here for Carson Smith. Now Brady. Oh, able to find his brother. Good cut there by Carson Smith.
Good ball movement all around, and they found the open guy.
Lead back to the Muskies. Quickly down the floor is Erickson off the glass. That won't go. The ball loose and gathered there by Dent. Nearly thrown away. Barnes able to recover it. Does create the steal here. Jordy. Oh, they lost Ivy underneath. Ivy, what a move. Leviso, that's just not fair. Here's Lind. Back to Lind in the corner. Here's Brady. Nice take right through the lane for Brady Smith.
Coach Taylor's telling White they need one stop, and that's exactly right. A stop and a score is what they need.
Drive, pull up there by Lee, won't go. That ball loose gathered by Dent. Burriston now on the break for the Muskies. Carson Smith. Oh, Brady was under the rim. Burriston will try the three and hits it. Big time made three for Tyler Burriston to push this lead to 4. 75-71. Muskies and a timeout with 3:12 left. Want to remind you our next game coming up at 7:30. The Utah Stars and the Virginia Squires. Both teams looking for their first win. That's not right. That's next week's schedule at 7:30. It's the Utah Stars and the Memphis Sounds. Oh, man. Eli, sometimes you got it right in front of you and you still get it wrong. The Sound and the Stars both looking for their first win in this Utah Top 50. And we'll have a chance to see some pretty good ball players. You got Diego Mulford, one of the top shooters in the upcoming class, Sam Civilich as well. He'll be a senior at Northridge this year. He can dial it up from all over. Julian Maho has shown some stuff in the block out of Tooele. He's had a nice tournament here. And then Luke Moyer going to be playing with his Utah Stars. Abe Connolly, a Highland Ram. He's a piece that we've seen have some big nights. And first-year head coach for the Highland Rams, Chris Jones, has a nice piece there. Quincy Hills will be playing with that team as well. Hunter Skank, who's an absolutely fantastic guard out of Weber. There should be some good ball players in that 7:30 matchup. St. Louis coming out with the ball here, approaching 3 minutes to play in a 4-point deficit here for the Spirit. Moyer trying to get established in the block here. Nice job by Dent. How about Dent? Look, he doesn't have the size. He's got the height, but not the size. He's doing a good job there defensively. Sent out to Hills. Shot clock down to 3. Got to get one up here if you're Erickson. I don't think he got it away. No, he did not. How about the defense there by the Muskies, Eli?
Great discipline to stay down and to be in those lanes and to get that stop. That's a big stop for them at the end of this game.
And I'll tell you, Moyer feels like he's got a good 30, 40 pounds on Reese Dent, but Dent was giving him all the battle he could want down in the block. That's a nice job by the sophomore Reese Dent. Here's Hinckley. Boy, a score here would be so big for the Muskies. Brady. Erickson trying to D him up. Screen from Hinckley. Brady goes back to Matani. Fade away. Gets it to go. Matani Hinckley with a key bucket.
Good find from Brady Smith and good little jumper.
Moyer. Back with Hills. Inside of 2 to go. Fenton gives it back. Erickson looking for Moyer. Nice play. 1:30 left here in regulation. Double team on Reiser and throws it away. Defense does its job. Here's Erickson through traffic and a foul here. That's before the shot. Defense gets the job done here for the Spirits. St. Louis to inbound. They get it in. Ivy. Back up here with Hurd. Lee looking to drive. Jackson Lee pulls it back to one possession.
Good score. That's hard to guard with how quick he is. Way to take it to the hoop and finish it.
1 minute to go in regulation. Muskies, Spirits. Muskies trying to stay undefeated. Brady Smith gives back to Hinckley. Over with Lind. Now Burriston. 10 to go on the shot clock here. Brady gets the switch, sends it over. Lind back to Smith. He'll hoist the 3. That's short, and the rebound gathered by Hurd. 5-second differential on the shot clock. Hurd on the drive and fouled on the drive. It will be Spirit to inbound, and they'll take a timeout here. Eli, if you're on that bench, you're St. Louis, you have the ball. Given what you've seen tonight, who you drawing up this play for?
I'm going to Luke Moore in the post. He hasn't been able to be stopped tonight, and I think I would just get it in for a quick 2 to tie the game.
You're not taking the 3 for the win? Come on, Eli.
Man, I wish, but they haven't shot the ball too well tonight. I would go for a sure 2 in the post.
I would do the same thing. No, I'm curious because the shot clock was just cleared, and I don't know if that was inadvertent. There was a 5-second differential. So we'll have to see. That would obviously play a pretty big hand in how you draw this up, right?
Yeah, what I've noticed is I think they're resetting the shot clock any dead ball or any possession. Not sure where that rule comes from, but I think that's what they've been doing in this league, as far as I've noticed.
That was probably some coach up at Wasatch's idea, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
We just kid, James. It's been a great tournament, been a fun game tonight. You know, the Muskies had 49 points at the break. They're sitting at 77. We've seen an increased defensive effort from the Spirits in this second half. As they inbound here with Lee, shot clock is off. Ivy sends it over, 3 on the way, count it good. The lead to St. Louis.
Good shot. Proved me wrong with that 3.
Muskies, clock down to 10. Here's Brady. Brady on the drive, leaves it for Hinckley.
Great play.
Gotta hurry here. 3. It's good if it goes. It does not. And the Minnesota Muskies hold on 79-78. How about the drive by Brady, able to find Hinckley for the game winner?
That's a great cut by Hinckley. And that's something that we work on in practice. That 45-degree angle is a hard cut to guard because you want to ball watch. So good job, Hinckley, for making that cut and finishing that play.
Boy, a great first game tonight. The Muskies, the victor, 79-78. For Eli Ballstead, I'm Dane Stewart. Reminder, be back in 5 minutes. We'll have our next game, the Utah Stars and the Memphis Sound. You're watching the Utah Top 50 only on KSLSports.com. Welcome in to game number 2 of tonight's action in the Utah Top 50 League, only on KSLSports.com. Our game tonight, the Utah Stars and the Memphis Sounds. Both teams looking for their first wins of this league tonight. But there are some primetime players that are going to be going head-to-head tonight. Dane Stewart, and pleased to be joined by Eric Johnson tonight. Eric, one of the organizers of this tournament. And Eric, I mean, tell us a little bit about the Utah Top 50, what this league is designed to do, and really how it's gone 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks now into the league.
Yeah, Dane, thanks so much for being here, first and foremost. Yeah, we're more than pleased with how things have gone. I think getting the kids here, getting them competing, also getting them and having them coached by college coaches is a big deal, right? And that's something we wanted from the get-go. We wanted to make sure that we could create a competitive environment and a competitive atmosphere as these guys get ready to play for the season. So yeah, that's what we hope that we're doing, right? And that's also why we want to keep standings, and we want to make sure that it's good officiating and all those things that really create that good atmosphere. So yeah, we're very, very pleased so far with how things have come together.
It's been one of the fun things. You run 3 games a night. You allow an hour block for each game. There's not a lot of whistles. There's not a lot of stoppages. This is up and down the floor. There's a shot clock. It is meant for this ball to move, and I think we've seen players take advantage of that.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And you know, speaking of shot clock, I mean, you and I could go on all night long about a shot clock, right? But that's also something we wanted to make sure and create here too. And to be quite honest with you, Dane, a lot of these kids are going to college, right? And they will be playing college basketball. And so it's important that whenever they can, let's get these guys ready to compete with a shot clock. But yeah, from the pace of the game, it really makes the game from a tempo standpoint. It increases it, it makes it fun to watch, and it gets these guys, you know, going up and down, which is what we want.
Boy, one of the things you don't want to see, Sam Sivlich had the basketball and ended up getting hurt on the first possession of the game. We'll have to certainly hope that he's okay for the Memphis Sound. He has been a fantastic player for Northridge. He's been fun to watch in this tournament. He is on the sideline now being looked at, and you know, I mean, the risk is whenever you're playing, whether it's in season, out of season, league, whatever, you always have that risk, and you always hope nothing ever happens. We certainly hope that he's okay. As we'll get back to the game here, and this contest 2-2 here. Stars and Sounds is happy to bring this to you right here on KSLSports.com, and a whistle here as it will be Stars basketball. Nice take there on the reverse, and the Utah Stars out in front here 4-2. So Eric, what help us understand maybe where the idea came from for this tournament, and you know, for first year, what are some opportunities that you guys see for coming years?
Yeah, Dane. Well, first and foremost, and I know you've talked a little bit about this already, but you know, these guys are all playing in open gyms at their high schools, right? And a lot of these guys are even playing in some fall leagues with their high school teams. But what's interesting is that, and as we look at the environment that we're creating, is all of them as a whole in a top 50 in the state, they're not competing against each other or haven't been before, right? And so that was really the goal of the league, was to make sure that these guys can compete against their peers while also, you know, continuing to compete with their high schools and prepare with their high schools leading into the season. So all these guys are doing both, you know, and they're all getting ready. So yeah, that was really the goal in creating this league, as we saw that opportunity there, and we have guys asking for it, you know, saying, hey, I want this. And so yeah, that's really was the impetus behind creating the league.
Heat check for Mulford as he had hit the 3 on the previous possession, and that's been the thing that's been fun for me, is to see some of these kids that, you know, we've seen week in, week out on you know, over the course of the high school season, have a chance to see them go head to head, teammates going to battle, which has been fun. We had Diego versus Q last week, but fun to be able to see some of these kids outside of their high school gym and being able to go up and compete against each other.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's a great experience for these kids as well, right? Because they're coming in, we're putting them on teams, and we're trying to keep the teams as competitive as we can. But, you know, a lot of these guys are playing different roles than they do even during the season, let alone on their AAU teams, you know, during the spring and summer season. So they're having to do other things. They're having to get better. And again, they're being coached by college coaches, right? And so from an experience standpoint, it's big time for these guys.
Well, and talk a little bit, we've made these reads, we've let people know, you know, this is started out to be a boys league, but you've had such a great response. You guys are now opening up for girls the last couple of weeks of October, and talk about how that is coming in terms of its setup and what you guys expect to have here in year number 1 for the girls' side.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And so you're exactly right. As we got this started and we started to kind of get some demand going, we said, oh, well, we should be doing this for the girls' side, right? And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. It's the same environment. It's the same idea. Girls can come in. We're putting together as competitive as teams as we can. They're going to be coached by college coaches. And again, I mean, in an environment like the Bruin Arena here with good, high-quality coaching, good refereeing, and then plus the shot clock, right? And so it's going to be the same format. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to being able to offer that on the girls' side as well to all those really awesome girls players on that side.
Nice 3 hit there by Hills as this game – I'll tell you, I mean, and it's one of the fun things about this tournament. I mean, you can see that these two teams are still looking for their first win, but it's not that they don't have talent. And that's what's been fun is that you guys have distributed the teams in a way that even when teams have been struggling to get those W's, they've had close games and they execute really well. So that's a great ball there by Diego Mulford.
Yeah, and what's been fun too, Dane, and you've been here to see it, right? But every week that we've done the league, teams are getting better, and they're actually sharing the ball even more. And that was one thing down here as I watched, was sitting next to Coach Taylor here from Salt Lake, his head men's coach here. He's coaching one of the teams tonight, and he's down there calling timeout. He's calling plays. He's talking to guys about competing, about getting back, about picking up full court. And that's the kind of environment that we're looking for. And that's making these kids better, but it's making the teams better too, and I think it's making the games more competitive.
Mulford there had a nice lane, left it short, coming back up the floor now with the Stars, leading 14-13. Skang, tough pull up and foul on the shot. He'll head to the line. This is one of the favorite things for me. Look, this is a running clock inside of the last 2 minutes, but the 1 for 2, the 1 for 3. This is about getting play moving. I absolutely love it. I think the way you guys have constructed this tournament has been absolutely phenomenal in terms of taking advantage of some of this. Hey, all right, that's great, right? Foul and get your points, and now we're back running. We're back playing the game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and again, that's something that we wanted from the beginning. Almost kind of more of like an open gym feel a little bit, or an open run feel, I should say, right? Where hey, there might be a foul. Well, you might say, hey, foul, right? And then it's one free throw, and you're back on your way, right? And that's kind of what we were after here with the league. Keep these guys going, make sure there's some conditioning there, but also create just a little bit of chaos, which helps get these guys a little bit better, right? And that's what the shot clock can do too, right? It creates a little bit of a different atmosphere and a feel where the guys have to play faster, and that's what we're after, right? Like I said, that's the piece that gets you better as a player when you lead into the season.
One of the things for anyone watching this tournament, I think there are a lot of people thinking, well, how do I get there? How do I get my son or my daughter there? And, this tournament, it does not have, you guys have been clear, this does not have the top 50, but it's really an opportunity to go find the best players in the state and bring them together. And with this being the first year, there are some top players in the state that had other commitments, aren't able to be here. But as you guys see this grow, how do you try to get those? And it's not I'm sorry, you were 51, so you don't make it. But how do you try to make this appealing to, that's the top player in the state, right? And getting him to stay here and to come play in this tournament in future years. What are you guys doing to try to help bring those players in here to make this actually the best players in the state?
Yeah, and so that's a great question, right? Because you're right. I mean, really what we're looking for is input from high school coaches, from club coaches, and then from people like you, Dane, that have been around the sport and know the kids, right? And that's something that we've been taking into account as we get suggestions on who to invite. And that's really what it is, right? So once these invitations come in, they're basically nominations, right? They're high school coaches, like I said, or club coaches or people that know the game. They're nominating players, and we're able to quickly look at that as a committee and say, okay, yeah, that player should be involved and invited. And honestly, that's really how we do it. We're doing our best to reach out to kids that should be here. And that's, something that we've been sort of working on, right, as this progresses, and we'll continue to work on it. But kids can get there, right? I mean, and this is something that we're trying to create and we want to do now every year. And so we'll be watching, right? And hopefully we won't be leaving anybody out.
It's one of the things that I've loved too about seeing this. I think a lot of times people feel like, top players, there's a sense of selfishness or a ball hog are always looking for their shot. I mean, we saw in the last game pivotal moments inside of a couple minutes to go. player who's hit a couple threes and recognized, hey, I missed my last one, I'm going to go to my teammate, and he's able to drill it. I feel like we've not seen a lot of the individualism in this tournament. Players have been really good at sharing the basketball, and especially with teammates that they aren't accustomed to playing with. I mean, I feel like the teams have actually really gelled very quickly here.
Yeah, and you're right. And you saw it down the stretch of this last game, right? Coach Romney is down 2, calls a timeout, draws a play up, and what happens? Well, it's a hammer action on the baseline. Jordy Barnes dribbles down, finds Jake Fitton for a wide open 3. And so those types of actions, right? I mean, guys are sharing the ball, like you said. Guys want to win, right? And also it helps, too, when you have coaches that are into it, that are calling timeouts and saying, guys, we want to win, right? And so the other thing that we've constructed, too, and this is why we kind of are keeping standings, but we want that last week of the league, we want that to be Championship Monday, right? And part of that is these teams and guys have got to come together because you want to win, right? You want to play for that championship on that last Monday, right? And so I think it's created a little bit more of a competitive atmosphere for the kids and for the team, and some incentive to share the ball, right? Which you don't get in showcases, many times in showcases, right? You're not going to get that.
Approaching the midway point here in this first half, 19-16. The Sounds still out in front. Good drive there. That take just short, and a foul here called. We've got one more game coming up for you later tonight. The Flint Tropics putting their undefeated record on the line. They'll take on the Virginia Squires. Of course, Minnesota winning earlier. Minnesota and Flint playing next week, and if Flint wins tonight, that's going to be a battle of 4-0 teams for that number 1 spot, and a potential for them to play in back-to-back weeks because they would have the 1-2 game in the last week of this league.
Yeah, absolutely. And those two teams have been terrific. They've been great. And just watching those guys come together, right? I mean, just hearing them in the huddles and hearing them before the game and after the game. Those guys are communicating, and they're talking about winning. So yeah, it's been a pleasure to see these guys really compete and get after it on that level.
That one picked off by Hills, able to take it down and score, and we'll have a timeout taken here with 9:40 to go, 19-18 Sounds. Eric, anything else you want to say just on behalf of the Utah Top 50 League?
No, Dane, again, I appreciate your support, and it's almost hard to get up in this booth. Everybody kind of wants to be up here with you, so I'm glad you finally called my number. But no, this has been really good. We appreciate your support and everyone else's support as we look to grow this. And as we talked about, I mean, we want to do this every year, and we also want to make sure that starting this year that the girls have their top 50 league as well, which we will. So yeah, I think that's about it on the on the league side. But again, just thank you so much for your coverage and for being here. That's
just one more thing. If boys, girls, regardless, if they're interested in this tournament this year, future years, Eric, what do they do? Where do they go? How do they get their names on your radars?
Yeah, go to UtahTop50.com, and there's a registration form that you can fill out, and then we'll get back to you on next steps on what to do for the league.
Awesome. Eric, thank you so much, man.
Okay, thanks, Dane. Yeah, appreciate it.
9:40 to go, coming out of the timeout, 19-18 Sounds, and I'll make one more plea from long range before he leaves. It is an open mic. In case anyone wants to come up, they are more than welcome to come up. So spread the word. We'll talk about the game. Yeah, let's do it. Turnover here, gathered by the Stars down the way, and Hills now with back-to-back buckets. Quincy Hills has done a nice job bringing the Stars back in this. They've got the lead here by 1. Mulford has it here, handing it off. I think this is Dowdy. That one turned over. Carly on the break, tried to send that out. Good job by Mulford getting a hand in the lane, deflected that out of play. Hills to throw in. Langston looking baseline, good find. 22-19 here for the Stars. Jackson Anderson, the Wasatch Wasps, sending it into the corner. Tried to get it back. That ball turned over. Carly on the break, has Hills following, but Carly going to go all the way and finish. Boy, this is a burst here by the Utah Stars. A 6-0 run. Carly able to steal it. Has his man. What a pass. And that just won't go, but the follow will. That's why you always follow your teammate. The lead now is 7 for the Stars, and a timeout taken as they lead this 26-19. You're watching the Utah Top 50 only on KSLSports.com. Welcome back here. 26-19, the Stars out in front. 8 minutes to go here. That ball knocked away. Anderson able to keep it. And foul here on the shot. I think we'll send Engelbright. I thought it was on the shot. Never mind. This might be, yeah, it is on the shot. Free throw won't go. Rebound gathered. Good find. That ball kept in, worked around here. Pull up here from 17. That one good. I think it was 19-16. So it's been a 12-0 run here. Long three on the way. That just won't go. The follow, and that will stop the run as it's Easton Ralphs with the offensive board and put back. That deflected. Kept. Good entry. Soft touch at the rim. Anderson. Tough drive here, and that one nearly turned over. It'll stay here. Do we have an offensive foul? No. That called defensively. Wasn't quite certain if they were going to call Engelbright there with a forearm, but they do not. It stays with the sound. Here's Dowdy. Dowdy around a screen, gives it over to Engelbright. He thought about it, now looking to drive here. Boy, tough take. How about that? Nice touch of the rim there by Tucker Engelbright. Hills caught that in rhythm, but working around. Hymas looking inside. That knocked away by Engelbright. He's had a nice league as well. Tucker has a Wasatch Wasp. We've got a few Wasps in this top 50. Gets it back. Tucker thought about it. Hey, he's going to take it, man. Dial one up, young man. That won't go. Hills. That three off the mark, gathered by Ralphs. Hymas. Fouled. Fouled there by Carly. There's a lot of substitutions here for both sides. Clock inside of 5 to go here in this first half. Engelbright here, 1 for 2 on the line, or at the line, missed it. A rebound gathered by Moyer. Moyer had a big game in game number 1. He was filling in as take there. The foul on the shot will send Langston here to the line as we'll see Julian Maho, the Tooele Buffalo, coming on the floor here. Free throw good for two. 32-23, the advantage for the Stars. The Stars are fortunate. They have their team name painted here on the floor. Inside of 4 to go. Maho tried to leave one. That ball somehow found a way to Anderson, who finishes through traffic. Jackson Anderson gets creative. Moyer lost that one. It takes a fortuitous bounce. That three was left short. Maho trying to work baseline. Gets good positioning and able to finish it. Back-to-back buckets here for the Sound. Skank. That ball, the contact there had it go out off of Hunter, and it will go the way of the Sound. Good drive and a finish. Memphis coming back in this one. 6-0 burst here from the Sound. A foul there given by Maho. We'll send Moyer to the line. One for two here for Luke Moyer. Short. Maho with the board. Mulford from straight away. Just left it short. Maho an offensive rebound. Maho going up. Count it. And one for Julian Maho. And it is tied up here at 32 apiece on an 11-0 run put on by the Sound after the Stars went on a 12-0 run. Moyer, spin cycle, able to get the finish. Stars retaking the lead here. 1:45 to go in the opening half. That shot left short. Langston pushing it up the floor in traffic nonetheless, and then lost it. Anderson playing up for Mulford. Mulford dealing with some trees. Anderson has a trailer, will kick it out. Rouse for three. Won't go. Anderson gets the offensive board, but too strong. Rebound gathered by Conley. Looking in for Moyer. Moyer, tough shot from 8, able to get the roll. (36-32). Anderson. Gonna take a long three and hits it. Jackson Anderson with the three to pull the Sound within one. 30 seconds to go in the half. Conley going around Ralphs. Ralphs with a block. 15 seconds to go. Williams looking inside to Maho. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left in the half. Maho scanning. Gives it to Anderson. Anderson working on Skank. Little turnaround. Anderson able to get it to go. The heave is short. And at the break, gets the Sounds with a 37-36 lead. You're watching the Utah Top 50 League only on KSLSports.com. Welcome back here. Start of the second half. Dane Stewart, pleased to be joined now by Eliab Alstead of the Running Utes. 37-36. The Sound leading the Stars here. Stars an early three won't go. The tip in does. Nice job there by Conley.
A lot of offensive rebounds on both ends of the floor tonight.
It was one of the things late in the half. Coach Taylor, who's coaching the Stars, was talking about get a defensive board. And we have seen a lot of offensive rebounds in this contest. That shot good from Englebright. Here's Hills. Working inside. Tough turnaround, able to get it over Maho.
Good finish by Nathan Vicentin. Good strong move.
Mulford. Hills defending him. Here's Maho. Maho looking to send out. That one nearly picked off, and we'll get a foul here called on the defense there of Carly. Looking inside, Englebright. Nice spin move. Tucker Englebright, he's been impressive in this league for the Sound.
He's got some really good footwork inside, and it's hard to guard.
Drive here by Hills. Oh, nice runner. Three on the way. That won't go from Tucker. Hills with the board. Leading the break here for the Stars. We'll send it out. Three on the way. That shot no good from Hymas. Mulford end to end. That deflected out. It'll stay here. Thrown in, Maho. He'll try the pull up from 17, able to hit it. Julian Maho. Carly, utilizing that high screen. He's going to pull up. That shot off the mark and hit the end line. It'll go back the way here of the Sound. Here's Williams. Mulford now looking in for Julian. Maho sends it out. Nice drive here by Dowdy and fouled. He'll head to the line here to shoot. That free throw won't go. Rebound is to Conley. Inside, has to send it out. Good interior defense, not giving much up. Long three. That shot off the mark, gathered by Williams. Looking up for Englebright, has Mulford with him. And that one taken away by Carly. What a defensive play. Other end, Hills. Well, this a little frantic. The offensive board, good.
There we go, a little sloppy, but they got it.
It's just about finding the bottom of the net, and took a while, but the Stars able to get it done. Mulford, little pull up. Diego Mulford gets a lot of credit for being a shooter from the perimeter, but he can score inside as well.
That's true. He's fast and he's hard to guard.
That Conley three off the mark. We saw him hit that shot last week. Coming up here with the Sound. Open three on the way and good. Drive by Carly. Contact there from Williams. Substitutions here on both sides.
both teams are attacking really well on the offensive end, but I think whoever picks up the aggressiveness on the defensive end is going to pull this one out. But I like what I'm seeing offensively.
It's been a close battle in this one. Both teams have really tried to get the ball to the rim as Carly misses that free throw, and it's corralled by Anderson. Mulford pushing it up the floor here, sends over Williams. Looking to drive here. Now Anderson in the paint, able to catch the defense flat-footed and finishes.
He's strong inside. He has a big body, and he uses it well to get up and score those easy twos.
Here's Moyer with a pull-up. That too strong. Mulford has the rebound come to him. He's now pushing it up here with the Sound. Trying to extend this lead. That was deflected, kept by Engelbright. Oh, nice move by Tucker, but couldn't get the finish. Anderson the board and the finish.
That's got to be his 5th or 6th offensive rebound putback.
He has been a monster tonight. He's been very gritty, very kind of blue-collar, hard-working, and it's paid off for the Sound as they lead 52-44. Want to take a moment, just remind you, the Utah Top 50 League first year here for the boys. Apologies for the speech impediment there. And the first year for the girls. The girls starting next week here at Salt Lake Community College. If you're one of the top girls players in the state of Utah, there's no better place to get high-level competition right before the season starts and even get some collegiate coaching than right here at the Utah Top 50 League. Games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November right here at Salt Lake Community College. And again, you'll get college coaches to help you improve your game and a chance for iron to sharpen iron as you go against some of the top girls players in the state. If you're interested, submit your information. Request your invite at utah top50.com. 52-44 here for the Sound. Wearing the dark uniforms, the stars in the light. Having to try to come back here. Skank sends to the corner. 3 on the way. Too strong. Rebound to Anderson. Jackson pushing it. Nice little fake and the handoff to Engelbright. Too strong. Engelbright gets it back and Tucker with a finish.
You know, Dane, this is such a cool opportunity for these high schoolers to be preparing for the season by playing against some of the best players in the state. I think they should be really grateful to have this chance.
No doubt. I mean, you know, some of these players go on the AAU circuit, and when you think of a guy like Hunter Skank had a really nice summer, but you have a chance to kind of keep the pedal on in your development and go against some of the top players, and you see players getting better week after week as Anderson here dialing it up. He's feeling it, but that shot off the mark. There's Engelbright. They've been a nice 1-2 punch today, Eli.
Yeah, hopefully they could keep it up for Wasatch this year as well.
Both teams have had double-digit leads in this contest. The lead now is 10 for the Sound. And it's time for the Stars to really buckle down on defense, but they got to execute offensively as well. It's been a tough night as that's a nice take on the inside to score the 2. Here's Ralphs inside. Engelbright was open and just hit the back of the rim, and the rebound gathered there by the Stars. Here's Santiago. Gives over to Langston. Langston, little spin move. Count it, and 1 for McCoy Langston.
That's a tough finish as the guy's grabbing your arm to be able to get that up and in.
Even going off glass, a little finesse there for Langston as substitutions here on each side. Approaching the midway point here in this second half, 56-51. 5-0 run here by the Stars. Sound playing without Sam Civilich tonight. He got hurt on the first play of the game. We have not seen him back. Certainly hope that he's okay. As Ralph's here with a tough fadeaway. That won't go. Engelbright had the rebound, kept it in, but saved it to the other team. As it's Santiago coming away with it. Sends it over to Moyer. Moyer contacted as he'll head to the line.
We saw Luke Moyer in game 1 tonight, and he was a big presence in the post. And I think he's doing it well this game as well.
I mean, it's one of those where, look, I got winded running down to use the bathroom at halftime. I mean, you're playing, 2 hours worth of up and down the floor, the tempo, the pace here. And I know it's probably common in AAU and summer circuits, but, man, you got to have some pretty good conditioning to be able to go back-to-back games as Moyer hits the 1 for 2 here. (56-53). The Stars get the clear. Here's Santiago. Sends out for the tie. That shot just off the mark. Boy, Santiago was nearly able to get that board as well, but it's cleared by Ralphs as we approach the midway point here in our second half. Here's Dowdy, gives it back up top to Anderson. Using the Maho screen, Anderson looking inside for Julian. That was deflected. A second is fouled, and Julian Maho here heading to the line. We have some feedback from a college coach on the bench. I'm just waiting for them to tee him up. I'm just teasing. He didn't say anything bad. Had an opinion on the call, but all joking aside, Coach Taylor, just teasing you. Here's a take. Back up top with Skank. He'll try the 3. That shot short, and it's that same shooting on that same end. Eli, everything is felt short from long range on that west end of the floor tonight. That shot deflected, kept by Ralphs. Won't go. Skank with the clear.
Yeah, playing on these college threes, they gotta put a little more oomph into it each shot.
Good take by Langston to the rim. That pass was deflected. Here comes Santiago pushing it now for the Stars. Trying to get it over to Hunter. He'll pull the field goal. Won't go. And that kept in by Maho despite the pressure there from Moyer. Williams sends it out. 3 from Dowdy. Griffin Dowdy able to hit a big-time 3 for the Sound. Tried to lead Moyer. That pass had too much on it. Anderson comes up with the steal. Dowdy. I thought we tried 2 for 2 there. Anderson. The drive, good defense there by Langston, not given in. Williams will try the 3. That was short. Rebounded there by the Stars. Here comes Skank. Hunter, contact. No call there. And here comes Ralphs. Back to Easton. Offensive foul.
Coach Taylor's applauding, but that's a tough play. Way to step in there and get that charge.
I mean, what are you thinking, Eli, when a man's bearing down on you and all you're doing is just trying to hold your position? Like, what's the last thought that goes into your mind before the wreck?
I'm trying not to think. I'm just trying to embrace it.
I love that. 7.5 to go. Looking in for Conley. Arm there on the back. Will be the whistle here. Hymas looking inside. Fouled there on the shot. 2 free throws coming up here.
The Stars have some big guys tonight, and Coach Taylor is encouraging them to get it inside to score.
Vicentin with a chance here at the line. Missed the free throw. Anderson the board. Eli, you hear so much free throws are really just about, the mental preparedness, the mental aspect of it. How much of that is true as a player?
It's very true. And that's something that in practice, when you're just shooting free throws, you got to try to put yourself in a situation where you're putting pressure on yourself, or else it's not going to work the same.
Have you found drills or scenarios that you have found to be beneficial to help your kind of mental approach at the line?
Yeah, just in practice, we we do drills where if you miss it, then you got to run. And sometimes I do that with myself as well. I try to go 10 for 10, and depending on how many I miss, I have to run a ladder. And that puts that pressure on myself to make those free throws.
There's nothing worse than running ladders. I'm not going to lie. That's like the absolute worst. Big time made three there, 61-58. Sound still in front, 5.5 to go here. Mulford the drive, Mulford the finish in the lane.
Great take by Diego. Little ball handling to a nice little floater.
He started the game off with a 3 tonight, and I feel like since then most of his points have been right near the rim. He's been very opportunistic with some of the driving game tonight for the Sound. Carly, terminated, sends it out here with Hills. Working away from the screen, count the bucket. How about that take by Kyson Hymas of Copper Hills?
Good finish. We could hear the slap from up here, and he was still able to get that ball in the basket.
2-point difference. That's the closest the Stars have been here in quite some time. And we'll have substitutions here for the Sound. As again, we've got players for our next matchup, Flint and Virginia. That game's set to tip at 8:30 here at Salt Lake Community College, and have players from both sides starting to walk into the gym here at Salt Lake Community College. Mulford with a wraparound pass. Maho straight away. That shot too strong. Rebound gathered by Connolly. Carly over with Hymas. Tried to hand one off to Conley inside. Kicks it out. Carly the three. Rimmed out. Anderson the board. Pull up from 15 for Anderson. Able to hit it. Four to go. That pass got past Conley. Able to be recovered by Kyle Carley of Mountain Ridge. He and Jake Fitton, a couple Sentinels that we've seen in this league this summer. Carley on the drive. Oh, nice find. Inside to Connolly for the lay-in.
Good pass. He draws the defense onto him and finds the open man.
I don't know if he'll go back and listen to this stream, but some coach from Murray just walked into the building. Coach Workman. It's a long-running joke with Coach Workman. He'll be here to watch his son in that final game tonight. Jackson Workman, a junior, has had a fine career for the Murray Spartans. We do want to remind you, first year of the Boys League and the first year of the Girls Utah Top 50 set to tip off next week. Right here from Salt Lake Community College. If you're one of the top girls players in the state of Utah and you want to come out and participate in the Utah Top 50 Elite League, submit your request to join the Top 50 at www.utah top50.com. Iron sharpens iron, and there's no better place to get prepared for your high school season than going up against top talent right here in the Utah Top 50 League. 3:36 to go. Sounds basketball still leading here by 2. Maho, high post, trying to work against Langston. Drive here by Dowdy, that's shut down. Up top with Mulford. Diego trying to work here, kicks it out. Nice spin by Engelbrecht. How about the defense by Moyer, but called here for the reach. Engelbrecht to the line. Trying to push that lead back to 2 possessions, and does not, but Anderson with an offensive board. Fitting the way he's played tonight. Tough drive, and he's fouled.
That's a board that White's got to have, especially in this situation. Clock's ticking down. They got to get those rebounds.
Coach Taylor saying that very thing. You got to box out right now. Had an opportunity to get a clear on the last free throw. They missed it. Anderson, with his chance, takes advantage. 4-point lead now for the Sound. High screen there by Moyer. Here's Hills. Over with Langston. Langston trying to drive here on Engelbright. Good patience and draws the contact.
Good initial defense, just a little reach at the end to get him to get that foul.
McCoy Langston here at the line. Missed the free throw, and Anderson with the board. Eli, he's been everywhere tonight.
Man, that's exciting to see. Jackson's a tough player.
Going to be a senior this year at Wasatch. Feels like this is the kind of player you want to be like a captain, like a leader of your squad. Experienced, gritty, does all the little things. He's done that tonight for the Sound as they have that 4-point lead, minute 15 to go. 3 on the shot clock, and a tough shot there by Williams. He had to force it, and there's the shot clock violation. Carly back on the floor here for the Stars. 1:08 to go. Utah's got to execute quickly here. Hills sends to the corner. Carly driving baseline, tough finish. Was that blocked by Anderson potentially? Williams the other way, won't go. Hunter with the rebound, 50 seconds to go. Langston looking down the lane, won't go. Moyer gets the offensive tip and good. Timeout, Stars with 39 seconds to go. 67-65, the Sound in the lead. Eli, Sound have the basketball. They lead by 2. If you're the Stars, what's your game plan here? What are you trying to do to get the ball back?
Well, I think the Stars maybe don't have enough time to get 5 more fouls to put them in the bonus. So they've got to go for the steal, be really aggressive. And I mean, if they get a foul, they get a foul, but try to get the ball back as soon as they can without giving up any points.
If you're the Stars, the biggest thing here is basically, I mean, not a game of keep away, right? You can't just stall the game out. There's a shot clock here, something that Utah high school basketball fans have won for years. But what's really key to kind of keep this from allowing the Stars to get fouls?
They got to be strong with the ball, and they got to move it. They got to get some strong passes. But again, they got to be strong because the Stars are coming to steal it.
Williams coming back. Anderson will throw it in. Engelbright at half court, so's Dowdy. And threw it away. That ball picked off by Carly. Here's Hills. Gave it to Moyer. Looked like he was trying to set a screen. Moyer down the lane, and we're tied up. Shot clock turned off. Still pressure being put on here by the Stars. Anderson across the timeline. Here's Engelbright into the corner for Mulford. Mulford doesn't take the shot, and timeout taken here by the Sound. 67 apiece with 16 seconds to go. Boy, what a finish there by the Stars, Eli.
Great defense, and that's exactly what they needed. A quick steal and a quick 2. Now they got to get a stop.
Well, if you're the Sound, I mean, you got the basketball. The way you've seen this game play out, who you dialing one up for here to win this thing?
That's a tough one, but I think
Welcome into Salt Lake Community College, the Utah Top 50, our final game of the night, Flint and Virginia. And we have to apologize for the technical difficulties. Man, I feel so bad at the end of that last game. Tied at 67 apiece, and it was Diego Mulford that had a drive down the lane, made it 69-67. A final shot was short. They got an offensive rebound, couldn't put it back up, and that was your final. Mulford with the game winner. We do want to let you know if you want to see that game and the conclusion in its entirety, you can go to YouTube, search for the High School Rewind channel, and find tonight's game. You will see the conclusion there. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties that occurred late. Our system decided it was tired, but we gave it some caffeine, and it's good to go for this last game. So the Flint Tropics undefeated, 3-0 in the lead, taking on the 1-2 Virginia Squires. The Squires wearing the dark uniforms tonight, and the Tropics in the lights as Flint starts off with a made triple. It is 3-0 Tropics. Dane Stewart, please be joined here by Eric Johnson. And Eric, one of the organizers of this tournament, going to help talk us through the game tonight, as well as some of the kids and prospects that we have on the floor. Here's one of them as Q Meza shows he's got more than long range to his game.
Yeah, Dane, Q has been fun to watch in this tournament. Really nice point guard, really good feel for the game. You've seen a lot of him yourself as well, but yeah, he's really nice feel. I like him. Yeah, really good point guard.
One of the things about Q, I feel like, watching him at Cypress his freshman, sophomore year, it felt like he would take a lot of threes, and he still does, but I feel like in this tournament, and we saw the same from Diego in the last game, they've been much more aggressive getting to the rim, finding their game in the lane. It's been awesome to see that versatility out of the pair of guards from Cypress.
Yeah, absolutely, and some of it's like we talked about a little bit earlier, right, is guys have different roles. And that's really kind of the key, and that can help these guys grow. But, I mean, you saw with Diego last game, just like you said, but also with Q, he has different roles at different times in these games, and it helps these guys. You see him do different things here than you would even during the season.
Nice take there by Hymas, a Copper Hills guy, and he played in the 7:30 game as well, had a nice game there as well. We've got a lot of Grizzlies that we've seen over the course of this tournament. Is Q able to keep that one here for the Tropics?
Yeah, and some of it with the Grizzlies is scheduling around current games and other things that these guys have. Want to make sure to get these guys in and let them showcase a little bit for sure.
Nice finish there taken by the Tropics at 7-2. And look, we saw Minnesota, the other undefeated team, had a nail biter tonight. Man, the Tropics are coming out swinging in this final game here in week 4.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tropics have been good. But the thing that they've been doing throughout the course of the entire league, again, is they've been sharing the ball. Right, and that's something that you don't get a lot of times at showcase events and camps and other things like that. These guys want to win, all right? They want to come out and they're competing and they're sharing the ball to win, and they've been tremendous all league.
Long shot there, that won't go. I think that was Pulsifer on the take for the Tropics, and I don't see Devin Carlson out there tonight for Flint. Am I missing him, Eric?
Yeah, you are missing him. So Devin has got a sprained ankle. Yeah, so he's out tonight just on injury. But, he's a really interesting prospect just in himself, right? And he's looked really good in the league, plays really hard, and it has looked good so far in the league. So, yeah, we wish him well and hope he gets back soon.
Yeah, he's been really impressive. His inside-outside game, and of course Brandon Carlson up on the hill, another Binghamite. We've got another Binghamite and Ace Riser not Ace Riser. I knew I was going to do that because that's what I do. But there's also their forward, Cam Dupay.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And Bingham's in good hands, right? I mean, Bingham is obviously a good program, but with players like those guys, they're going to be fine. But yeah, going back to Carlson, I mean, what's been fun to watch him a little bit up close for me. He's got a motor, right? I mean, plays a little bit different than his older brother. He's not as tall, but he also can jump, he can run, he can catch, and he also talks. I mean, being close to him and seeing him compete, he makes others better. So yeah, I've enjoyed watching him so far in this league as well.
Here's a drive, gives that off to Q. Meza, the little pull-up, able to hit it. Q with a nice start here early. Yeah,
and this is exactly what we talked about, Dane, where you have somebody like Q that's in a different spot in this league than he would be during the season. You saw that play happen there. Dutch Dowdell taking his guy off the dribble, draws and kicks. You got Q sitting on the side, on the baseline, waiting for that pass, right? So you have Dowdell creating for Q, and that's something that usually Q's doing, from the top. So that you see it right there, just transpire perfectly.
I don't know who Dowdell thinks he is. That play was made inside of 20 feet away from the rim. Come on, man. You got a legacy to live up to.
Exactly. It's shocking, really. Yeah. I'm absolutely shocked. You're exactly right.
Dupay at the line, able to hit it. That is a 1-for-2 scenario. We've talked about that as the night has gone on. It's 12-6 here at Tropics.
Yeah, and just looking at these teams, right? I mean, here you see Chudy from Murray coming in. I mean, there's really high-level prospects here for the state of Utah, and these kids are definitely kids that can compete at the college level, and that's what's going to be fun, right? It's going to be fun to see where these kids can go and how they improve and how they get better over time to see if they do get a chance to compete at the next level, right? And that's what's so fun, partially what's so fun to see these guys get better.
You talked about Chudy from Murray. He's got a teammate on the opposing team tonight in Workman, his point guard, Jackson Workman, the son of Coach Jason Workman. He's been great to watch. And this young man, Jackson Anderson, he really stood out in the earlier game. I don't know how he still got energy to compete in this late one.
I know, the pace is so high. I keep joking with these guys down here, telling these guys, man, I'd be done for in about 3 minutes. So, yeah, the pace is high, and these guys are in really good shape.
Anosike tries to pass that ball out, stolen on the break here. Oh, what a find. Great handoff.
Yeah, really, really nice pass there. Again, guys sharing the ball, running the floor, and competing. Here's a timeout.
That was Luis Hoffman, I believe, out of Wasatch that had the finish and makes it a 10-point lead here for the Tropics. We want to let you know we've teased it all night long. Next week, the girls Utah Top 50 is starting right here at Salt Lake Community College. If you're one of the top girls players in the state and you want to come and get iron sharpened by iron, go up against the top competition in the state, get ready for your upcoming season, there's no better place than the Utah Top 50 Elite League. To request your invite, visit www.utah top50.com. Games will be played the last 2 weeks of October, first week of November. You'll get coached by college coaches. There is no better place to improve your game than right here. Again, that website is www.utah top50.com. Kern's backcourt here. Lee and Tapasoa. I don't know where that came from. Lee and I know, right? It's Ivy Leviso. Man, my apologies. Kick out here. Oh, nice find. Anderson at the rim.
Yeah, really, really nice find. Again, teams sharing the basketball, moving the ball really well. That's allowed the Tropics to get up 18-6 at this point. Again, sharing the ball, making plays for one another is really the difference so far early on.
Nice take there by Ivy. Wouldn't go. Rebound gathered by Logan Prince. Prince has been multi-year starter for West Jordan, Eric, and boy, he's got a bright future ahead.
He does, yeah. I mean, and really too, is good size wing. He's done well so far in this league. But yeah, he does have a bright future, and it's going to be yet again another example of somebody that I'm looking forward to seeing where he does end up, right? Because certainly college level talent and a good size at the wing.
He's got a teammate in this tournament as well, and Asafe Taufahema. We did not see him tonight, but we've seen him in prior weeks, and I really like his game as he continues to refine his play, but boy, he's a big body on the interior.
Yeah, he is, and boy, I've liked his game too. He competes. He just flat out competes. And I think the other thing with him too is what I've liked about him is he makes his teammates better. He talks. He's kind of like Carlson a little bit too. Like those guys have been interesting to watch up close. They really get after teammates, but in a good way. They're making guys better and competing out there. So yeah, he's going to be fun to watch this season upcoming for sure.
It'll be a new head coach at West Jordan. Anderson here on the drive, rimmed out on him, rebound to Dupay. And here come the Squires trying to hang around here in this first half as Ivy looking for some help. Gets it to Chudy. Here's Dupay. Dupay trying to drive, and Dupay, he's just a guy who seeks contact. It's like he loves it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And the other thing he can do too is he can finish through bodies, and that's something that you just saw right there. And he's been doing it really all league long. He's a big, strong kid that can finish around the rim.
Nice drive there, but couldn't get the finish. That ball betrayed Lewis Hoffman. And now we've got a kick ball here. It'll be Squires basketball as they try to get closer than 6 here. Substitutions here for both sides.
Yeah, and this is interesting, and I know Chudy's been out there playing just a little bit here. You've had a chance to see him. He's a really interesting player. You know, he came in for the first league game that we had, and Dane, you weren't at that league night yet, but I mean, Chudy had about 35 points in that first league night, and after that, I mean, you know, we've had college coaches left and right texting about him and asking about him, but he's a really interesting player, right? Because he's a good example too of somebody that if he continues to work, he has the right body to compete at potentially Division I level, right? He's got a good feel. He's okay defensively. He rebounds, and he's working on his shot. That was the thing that surprised me. I mean, he was taking guys out and hitting shots and hitting threes. And so he's another guy that I think is kind of on a lot of people's radar to kind of see what he can do potentially this season over at Murray.
Going to be a junior this year, and I really feel like, you know, he's never been heavy, but man, he looks trim and healthy, doesn't he? I mean, like he looks like he is growing up as a young man.
He does, and you know, again, from a body standpoint, you wonder if he's done growing or what. He looks like he isn't, right? I mean, and that's kind of where you're going. The funny thing about Chudy is now we got to figure out how to get him in the weight room a little bit, right? But he is. I mean, he's wiry, he's long. See, here you see him bringing the ball up, right? So he's a multi-dimensional type of player. And again, from a body standpoint, that should have been a foul right there, by the way. Excellent finish. But from a body standpoint, again, I mean, you're looking at a kid like that. I mean, he's a potential Division I body, 100%. The question is can he, you know, what's his upside, and can he prepare himself to compete at that level?
He almost looks like a young Andre Mulabea to me. You know, a couple more inches for him to grow into Andre. But, man, I mean, you see, like, yeah, you get him in a weight room, you get him on an eating plan, and this young man is going to be a stout basketball player.
He is. Yeah, again, multidimensional and multifaceted type kid. And he's also a kid, too, when you just watch him defensively. I mean, he could absolutely wreak havoc on the defensive side if he wants to and when he wants to. Right, and again, that's something that's kind of the learning progression with some of these guys too, right? Is how do you compete on both sides of the floor, and making sure that those guys are staying at the same high level throughout the course of the entire game. And I think he's learning how to do that, right? I mean, like you said, Dane, he's only a junior, right? And so I mean, these guys are sort of learning how to compete and learning how to play, and a lot of times they're doing that on the fly, right?
Yeah, and we missed a play there by Dutch Dowdell as you were talking. How about the nice little touch by Dutch? We teased it a little bit earlier. That family line has been known for the three ball. How about that backdoor cut as Dutch back-to-back finishes near the rim here?
Yeah, Dutch, very dynamic player, and yeah, I'm very familiar with his family. I had the pleasure of coaching Jeremy for years growing up, and Dutch is really a tremendous player with a great feel. And just watching him too in Coach Matt Barnes' system, right? I mean, he knows how to move, he cuts, he gets open. And what's interesting about Dutch is he's big, he's 6'4", 6'5", and he can rebound. You know, that's the thing, is he's been in and rebounded, competing. There is another three, and he can fill it up in bunches, for sure.
There's the namesake coming in, huh? Love the versatility of his game. And look, Jeremy didn't have that kind of height at this age, right? And so it's where I don't want to say he relied on the three, but it maybe gave him some onus to where that was maybe some of the justification for him to develop that long range game, where Dutch, because of his size, he can get inside a little bit more and find some advantage in the paint. Yeah,
you're absolutely right, and that size can do wonders, right? And a lot of what Dutch's game is you'll see that. I mean, it's been molded through Coach Matt Barnes' system, right? Where you're cutting and moving and constantly reading, but also when he gets in the paint, you'll see him pivot, you'll see him shot fake, and you'll see him shoot over guys. Right, and that's something that can create offensively a very versatile type of game and type of feel. But yeah, he's got a great touch. I just saw just the other day an offer came in for him from Dixie State. That's going to be one of many offers for Dutch. I think the coaches are waiting to see kind of how he continues to progress. But yeah, I mean, he's if he wants to be and continues to work, he's a Division I kid. From a skill set standpoint, for sure.
Well, and just a sophomore, and so I mean, he's got a lot of time to continue to refine that game, develop more. There's a lot in store for Dutch Dowdell, and if there's one thing we know about Coach Barnes, he's probably going to develop him a little bit.
I would say so. Yeah, that's one thing that Coach Barnes is so good at from a system standpoint, is he lets these guys compete and play such a good coach. But if you look at that backcourt, right? I mean, we're talking about Dutch, and then you talk about Jordy. You know, Jordy Barnes. I mean, Jordy in the first game, you know, seeing him firsthand, I mean, the kid just makes plays left and right. Dutch is very similar, right? And I think they work off each other really, really well.
You're going to have a 6'4", 6'5" backcourt at Olympus for the next couple of years. Good luck in 5A. That's going to be a stout unit to deal with.
It sure is, and they can shoot, right? They can shoot, and most importantly, they have a good feel for the game. You know, again, it's guys that just know how to play and know how to compete and can really fill it up. So yeah, it's going to be a heck of a few years there at Olympus. I guess like it always is.
yeah. I mean, there was 1 year, right, where it was down a little bit, but it's going to be right back up there. Tropics still with a 33-21 lead. Dutch on the drive here, and Dutch, that just rimmed out on him. Rebound to the Squires.
Yeah, and again, you're looking at this pace, right, and the pace of the game. We'll see if the Squires can kind of get back in this a little bit and close this gap kind of as these guys are turning the ball over a little bit here.
The Cypress Pirate, Q Mesa plundering the ball in the paint, and how about the finish there through the contact and one here for the Tropics.
Yeah, and this is kind of what the Tropics have been doing throughout the course of the league, right? Is they kind of run it up on you a little bit once you don't take care of the ball, and that's precisely what's been happening with the Squires, right? Is they've thrown it away a few times, they're over dribbling a little bit too much, and the Tropics can make you pay because they transition so quickly.
Dubé had a great take there, but that just rimmed out on him, and a nice finish there by his teammate Kyson Hymas, able to get the follow up. The lead here is 13 for the Tropics as that ball deflected by Ivy, but held here. 3-point shot on the way. Probably could have been an and one.
Could have been. It could have been, and it probably should have been. Yeah, really, really nice shot there.
Here's Ivy. Ivy with a pull-up. That shot won't go. That was a shot he was hitting in the first game tonight.
He was, and you see him again tonight. They having two games in one night, but that's the thing that the Squires need to do is they need to push the ball ahead. They need to up the tempo a little bit, and they need to get some easy buckets to close this gap. But again, that's what the Tropics have been doing to people, right? If you turn the ball over, if you over dribble, they're going to turn around and make you pay, especially with both Dutch and Q out there.
Step back, how about that? 3 from Chudy, showing the versatility tonight.
And that's a little bit from Chudy what we've been seeing, right, is his ability to kind of get his shot off, in that case, under pressure. But I think he's improved significantly just from a shooting standpoint and how he's progressed through the summer, because he's been hitting shots in this league, which has been huge boost for him.
Well, it's more than offense. He had the block there on Hoffman in the paint. He's coming across, be able to make that play without fouling. That's a great job by Chudy, and that Squire defense able to hold long enough here to force the Tropics to inbound.
Yeah, and again, they need stops, right? They need to be able to get out and defend a little bit so they can get some easy buckets in transition. So we'll see if they can do that and close the gap a little bit here.
Mesa, good play to the baseline and able to get the finish.
Really nice backdoor cut from the baseline. Again, you see our coaches down there. It's Coach Kyle Taylor yelling at these guys, "Hey, backdoor, right? And so, yeah, they've worked on that particular occasion.
Traffic here, tried to feed that ball in a tight window. Dupay going to turn around from 12, won't get it to go. Offensive board gathered there by Hymas, and we've got a foul here on Dowdell. Substitutions coming on here for the Tropics. Inside of 4 to go here in this opening half. It will be Jackson Lee to throw in here. In for Chudy. Help coming from his Murray teammate and able to finish there. Chudy inside this time.
Yeah, Chudy on the block right there, posting up. And again, just dribbling just through to the paint to create a better opportunity for himself. Just shoots over the defender, right? And that's going to be something you're going to see all season long from him. He's going to be a handful to guard as these teams try and figure out what to do with him, both inside and outside offensively.
I'll tell you, Murray in that Region 6 this year with Olympus, Brighton. We've got a lot of players that have been in this top 50 league that are going to be in that Region 6. There are going to be some great finishes, some great ball games week in, week out in that league.
Yeah, there really is. And again, you talk about Murray, right? And I know you mentioned Workman, who's a guard here. They've been competing all league, but boy, he can really shoot it. That was one thing that surprised me. I mean, I knew he could play, being a coach's kid, and I've seen him a little bit, but overseeing what he's done over the summer, he's improved his shot, right? And he's improved the ability to get his shot off. And so you're right. Yeah, I think Murray and teams in that region should be very competitive.
Clear here being made by the Tropics is a couple good looks for the Squires. Couldn't get anything to fall. This is Workman. Papa in the house, watching his young point guard play. Remember, this was a team that got an early first-round upset in the tournament as freshmen, and they're looking to take that next step as a program as Anderson missed that shot, and the rebound cleared here by Lee.
Yeah, and Lee's another really interesting sort of player, right? There's a jump shot from Lee right there. But it'll be interesting to see what Kearns can do this year, particularly with that backcourt. But look, Javon's got to take a step up. He's got to take a jump up. He's got to be able to defend, and he's got to be able to play both ways, right? And that's something where I think he can impact the game, and I think he's improving on, which I'm excited to see him this year, see if he can impact the game on both ends of the floor.
In this last game, I called him Jackson Lee. It is Javon. Thank you, Eric, for getting that right. That's my bad. I should know better. I talked to Coach Cosby enough. I should get that right. One of the things about Kearns, they're going to need the athleticism of Lee and of his fellow teammate Ivy because they do not have a lot of size. They don't have a lot of depth in the front court. So they're going to need that backcourt to push tempo, get up and down the floor, create steals, create extra possessions for them to find success in Region 2. But these two players can do it. I mean, they're as talented as they come when it comes to backcourt.
Yeah, they really are. And Coach Cosby, right? I mean, he's going to pressure the heck out of you, right? But he's got the guys to be able to do that. You're right.
Look out for Chudy. Hey, you know what? You don't need a lot of flair, right? Let's just take the two. Love the finish.
Absolutely. Again, getting up, but again, defensively, right? I mean, that's what that's what the Squires need. Is they need easy buckets to get back in the game. So we'll see if they can keep closing that gap.
43-30, that blocked away. Nice job in the paint there. And coming down the other way, Squires a chance to get back here to 10. Chudy looking for help from Dupay, gets it over to Lee. Shot clock down to 15 for Javon. Dupay will try the three. That off the front of the rim. The rebound cleared here by Hoffman. Shot clock is off here with 15 seconds to go.
And that time you see Vicentin down in the post asking for the ball, nobody passing it to him, right? I mean, he's deep underneath that basket. Somebody's got to get him the ball.
Clock's down to 7 here. Anderson looking to drive, gets the shot away, might have been deflected late, and that will do it. The first half comes to a close. The Tropics lead the Squires 43-30. You're watching the Utah Top 50 League only on KSLSports.com. Welcome back here. Start of the second half. The Flint Tropics and the Virginia Squires. Flint out in front, 40-30. Dane Stewart, and now joined by Eli Ballstead of the Running Utes, former Wasatch Wasp. Eli, you watched that first half, and was tough for the Squires to find the bottom of the net, but Ivy comes out able to hit the little jumper in the paint. What do the Virginia Squires have to do to get this game back on the right side for them?
I think they really got to pick it up on defense. I think that's why the Tropics took that lead, is because they were getting stops. They were the aggressor. So the Squires need to do that this second half to pick up a few points.
Meza passes out, 3 on the way here, and that one good. Nice start for the Tropics out of the break.
Good shot in rhythm. That's hard to miss.
Here's Dupay working the block, and boy, nice find to Chudy, and Chudy able to get that to roll down. Here's Meza. Sends it over, Dowdell for 3, of course. Man, Dowdell. I tell you, I don't know what's in those bloodlines, but it has to be genetic, because every one of them, man, it's like automatic from 19-9 out. Here's a break for the Tropics. Meza going to try the 3 and hits it. I mean, when it rains, it pours, and Q Meza can shoot with the best of them. Cue ball, able to dial one up. Here's Dupay working here on Pulsifer, and a nice take, nice finish there at the rim.
I love listening to Coach Taylor encourage these guys and help them out where they're lacking. He's doing a great job of communicating and coaching these guys up.
Kick ball there on Dupay underneath. And we will have ball in here from the baseline. Workman to throw in. Gets it to Meza. These are Region 2 opponents that we're going head-to-head there. Meza sends it out. Dowdell again. Dutch with another 3.
Great find by Meza, and again, another in-rhythm shot from Dowdell.
Boy, tough finish there from Dupay. Nice job using the glass. Up the floor quickly here. Workman able to save it. Pulsifer now for 3. And that shot won't go. How about the save by Chudy? Gets it into Ivy. Little spin move down the lane for Leviso. Left that short. Carly over to Dowdell. This one contested, and maybe enough to get that shot off target between a couple of Region 6 opponents. Lee trying to work against cue ball. No look pass to Ivy, and Leviso with the finish. Here's Q. That runner, short, tapped out, sends Lee with momentum. Has Chudy with him, the lob to Anasike. Couldn't get it to go, and Dowdell with the board. Dutch, pull it. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot that. Just deflected out, will allow the defense to reset.
He's looking for it. He's hot, so he's going to look for it.
Workman over with Dutch. That one lost. Here comes Chudy. Has help. Chudy going to go all the way. Laid in. Flint up the floor quickly. That ball deflected. Finds its way to Dowdell. Dowdell into the corner. Unselfish play here by the Tropics. No look pass. Picked off. Athletic take by Lee. Love the energy that we've seen from the Squires here in the second half, Eli.
Yeah, really picking it up on the defensive end, getting some stops, deflections, and that's helping them out.
3 on the way. That shot won't go. Rebound gathered by Lee. And get this back to single digits. Lee, the drive, sends it out. Corner 3 is good.
Great drive and kick action. That's an easy shot, in and out.
55-47. This was a 20-point game at one point. It's down to 8. The Squires have an extra get up as they're trying to pull off the comeback. Welcome back, 55-47. 15 minutes to go here. Tropics and Squires. A drive here by Anderson. Good help defense there by Dupay. Got enough of it. Lee sends it over, blocked away, and a foul here called on the contact from behind. Eli, that one was close.
It was. Coach Taylor wanted a block. But, I mean, those are the calls you're going to get.
Coach Taylor, could hear him say that was all ball. Free throw good, 1-for-2 situation. It is a 2-possession ball game. What a run by the Squires here. Meza off the window, won't go. Hoffman able to keep it, and one for Luis Hoffman.
That's their first basket in a while. White's gotten a little complacent on offense. Had some turnovers and a lot of missed shots, allowing Black to get back in the game.
High screen. Here's Dupay using the Chudy screen all the way to the rack for Cam Dupay. That pass deflected. Chudy able to take it away. Chudy down the lane off the window. 58-53, the Squires within 5 here. Flint undefeated on the in this league. Oh, Crafty still there. Here come the Squires. Transition 3 for Lee. Off the mark, and Anderson able to gather it. Lee able to come back, deflect it. Dupay trying to win it, and does, but turned over to Anderson. Both sides, Eli, right now, they're trying to be aggressive, but leading to some turnovers on each end.
Yeah, time to just settle down as Q pulls it out. Smart by Q.
Back to Meza. Sends it out. 3 on the way. Left it short. The tip up good. We'll credit Anderson on that one. That's just gritty hard work from Jackson. Ivy. Little deception there. He'll pull up. Ivy able to hit the mid-range J. Still a 5-point difference here. Meza getting it back here. Chudy defending him. Hoffman couldn't get it to go, and it will stay here. Substitutions coming on for the Tropics. Dowdell back on the floor. Pulsifer as well. Three on the way off the inbound, won't go. Board cleared by the Squires. They're running the floor. Chudy the 3. Yes.
Good shot from Chudy in the corner. Cuts the lead to 2.
1 possession game. I thought this game was going to be a blowout at one point, and the Squires have come all the way back. Here's Dowdell. Trying to work the lane, going off glass. Dowdell with another bucket.
He's had a great game tonight. A lot of really good finishes at the rim and some deep threes as well.
Here's Ivy. 3 on the way. That off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Anderson. Pressure from behind. Got numbers if they move quickly here. Pulsifer. Hoffman looking into Anderson as he found himself all alone inside. And that ball last touched by the Squires. It'll stay here. Pulsifer. Nice backdoor cut. Too strong. Anderson there again. Eli, we talked about it, but this young man, I mean, he's just been gritty tonight. Every game he's played in, he's made small plays just like that.
Yeah, and that's what's keeping him in it right now. He's continuing to push that lead just by being in the right position and getting those rebounds and putbacks.
Ivy over with Gibson. Out of Alta. Skip pass. Feet were on the line. Dupay hit it, but he needed 3 more inches.
That corner's a tough spot. You're right there, so you got to watch your feet.
64-58. Eli, I don't know if you've ever been in a game where you were down by 15, 18, 20, had to come back. How much energy does that zap for you? How hard is it to find the energy late to make that final push to come back?
It's tough, but you got to take it one play at a time, one possession at a time, and that's got to be your focus.
Gibson able to hit the 3. That's a big shot for the Squires as they're trying to hang around, staying here within 5. Apologize, we had the foul on the make on the previous possession. That is an and-1 situation, so we got that squared away. It's a 6-point lead here for the Tropics. Inside of 9 to play. Squires inbound quickly, looking up the floor. Hey, I love it. Tempo, man. Get the ball up. Easy bucket. There's Vicentin in the paint. Dowdell here has that taken away by Dupay. Numbers again. Gibson up the floor. Dupay gives it over to Ivy. Sends it back out. Cam, the 3. Short. Pulsifer with the board. Here's Dowdell. He'll try the transition 3. Won't go. Foul on the rebound. We'll keep it here. We'll have a timeout first. Timeout taken by the Tropics, 67-63. We want to remind you, if you're one of the top girls high school players in the state, hey, we got good news for you. Utah Top 50 League will be starting up for girls next week, the last 2 weeks of October, and the first week of November. We'll have girls top 50 right here at Salt Lake Community College, a chance to be coached by college coaches and a chance to go against some of the top players in the state. You don't need to wait for the season to go against the best of the best. You can get it right here before your season starts. To request your invite, visit UtahTop50.com. Also want to remind you, we'll have Week 5 of the Utah Top 50, that coming up next Monday night. We'll have all 3 games, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, right here. You can catch these games on YouTube, on the High School Rewind YouTube channel. You can also catch them on KSLSports.com, unless there's a technical glitch that disrupts our connection, as was the case tonight. But we will get that sorted out for Week 5 next week. And, of course, in Week 6, we'll have 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, and 5 versus 6. And going to have some great matchups still coming up here in this Utah Top 50 League. Cannot wait to bring it to you live from Salt Lake Community College. 8:06 to go. 4-point Tropic lead. They're inbounding to Dowdell. Blocked by Chudy. Man, what a play defensively by Chudy. He's made those on both sides of the floor tonight. Now the drive. Off the glass. It's a 2-point contest.
The Squires have really shown to be the aggressors tonight, and that's really turned this game around for them the second half.
Meza sends it out. Carly sends out. Pulsifer the 3, short. Rebound is to Gibson. The Squires can take the lead on this possession. Looking in for Vicentin. A foul here called. (67-65). Gibson to inbound. Does so to Chudy. He'll try the three, and the lead is to the Squires.
I don't think Chudy's missed tonight. Have you seen him miss?
He has been on fire. Eric in the first half was saying he had 35 week one. I mean, I don't know that he's at 35, but he's certainly over 20. He has been fantastic tonight for the Squires. It's one and done for the Tropics. Lee gives it back. Chudy, this was on the line. You jinxed him, Eli. Welcome to the broadcaster's curse, man. It's now official. You're one of us.
Sorry, Chudy.
Here's Vicentin in the paint. The old Vicentin twirl, the spin move that was made popular by his brother. And good to see that that follows bloodlines as Nathan able to get the pair. The lead three now for the Squires. Dowdell working on Chudy, sends it out. Flint has not lost a game in this league. Meza down the lane, fouled. He'll head to the line here. Ivy going to come back on the floor here as Gibson will get a well-earned rest for the Squires. Meza short at the line. Normally very good. That one didn't have enough. Here's Lee. Gives it to Ivy. Ivy going to work over Workman. That ball tapped out. Workman able to gather in the corner for the Tropics as they're now pushing the floor. 5.5 to play here in regulation. Leaves it for Pulsifer. Extra pass. Carly straight away. Short again. Eli, man, I'm telling you, that bucket has not been friendly from long range all night.
No, it's those deep threes. They're shooting a couple feet behind the arc, and that's a shot that they normally don't take. But in a gym like this, you got to step up and knock those down.
Dowdell able to secure the loose ball. Pulsifer with it now. Back to Dowdell. Working on Chudy. Good defense there. Bayano CK sends out Pulsifer. I thought his foot was on the line, but they count the three here for Pulsifer. Tied up at 70. His foot was on the blue line. We're playing the Brown tonight, so that was a three. Want to correct that. Good call by the officials and good recognition there by Pulsifer to know what line he's playing and able to get as close as possible to hit it. Here's Chudy. Trying to create against Q. Sends to the corner. Three on the way. Short. Q with the board. Meza up the floor here. A little hesitation there by Q. Going up strong and draws contact again. Back to the line now for Meza.
Good take by Meza. He's really helping the Tropics right now.
Back to the line here for Meza. Inside of 4 to play. Every game tonight has been close, and it's what I've loved about this league is, look, they have constructed these teams to be competitive. They want it to be competitive, and sometimes kids are playing 2-3 games. Well, we haven't seen 3. 2 games a night to help fill out rosters as Meza makes the 1 for 2, lead back to the Tropics. But, man, tonight we have seen competitive games all night long. It's been a blast.
Yeah, kudos especially to the Squires and the Tropics tonight. Either team could have been able to just kind of give up and play the rest of the game, but they've both stepped it up, and it's been a competitive second half.
Ivy with the hesitation, able to create space in the lane, ties us back up at 72. Here's Meza. Sends out Anderson for 3. Won't go. Ball batted around, cleared by Vicentin. Chudy. Had that one deflected away by Meza, and it's the Tropics on the run. Prince over to Q. Blocked away, and we've got a foul here going to be called. Q back to the line, another 1 for 2 situation here. 2.5 to play. Trying to give the lead back to the Tropics, and does. Dowdell going to come back on the floor here for the Tropics as Q will head to the bench, catch a breather. 2 to go. Ivy picked up by Anderson. Vicentin setting that high screen for Leviso and taken away by Prince. Prince on the run, has Dowdell with him. The step through Logan Prince with a lay-in. It's a 4-point lead here for the Tropics.
Big defensive play from the Tropics. Way to go, Logan Prince. Way to be in the passing lane and pick that off.
Now a 2-possession game as they're looking in for Vicentin. Nice job there by Hoffman, trying to D him up in the block. Vicentin going up strong, couldn't get it over the front of the rim, and Dowdell with a board. Dutch sends out with Anderson, now Prince. Prince with a couple big plays here in the last 2 minutes. 10 on the shot clock. Anderson gets around Ivy through the lane, tried to hand it off to Hoffman. That ball deflected out. It'll stay here with the Tropics.
Squires need to stop here.
6 on the shot clock, 1:01 on the game clock. 76-72 Tropics. Tropic basketball. Looking in for Prince, and that was thrown beyond him. They turn it over on the inbound.
There you go. Now the Squires got to capitalize on the other end.
Chudy bringing the ball up the floor inside of a minute to go. Squires trailed by double digits, trying to hand Flint their first loss. The 3 from Chudy is good.
Big shot, Chudy. Big shot.
1-point ball game, 40 seconds to go. Meza trying to get around Lee. Sends out Dowdell to answer it. Dutch Dowdell dials up the 3, the lead back to 4. Lee working around Meza, tough drive. And that one corralled by Prince. And Prince going to be fouled here with 17 seconds to go. How about the answer by Dutch Dowdell? Huge. He'll inbound here. Clock running. And the foul given here. 13.4 to go. Squires still a couple fouls to give here. Dutch to inbound again. We'll do so to Q again. We're not calling tag here. Meza still not there. There it is. .4 seconds left. Don't know that there's enough time, Eli.
Yeah, probably not. I would like to see a little more aggression by the Squires, but
into the backcourt. There's another foul given. Just takes 2 seconds off. One more foul to give. That one went into the hallway, so Q will have to go and corral that one. I think it's one more foul to give. I thought the previous one was 8. I haven't seen him update it yet. .2 seconds to go. Q this time will inbound for the Tropics. Into Prince. Foul given. And we'll head to the line here. Logan Prince with a chance to ice this game. One for 2 here for Logan Prince. And he hits it. Nothing but net for the West Jordan Jaguar as Chudy will pick this up. 4 seconds to go. Flint, no foul situation. Chudy will miss it, and that will do it. Hey, the Squires gave them everything they could have wanted, but the Tropics come up with the 81-75 win to stay undefeated. And big resolve from Flint tonight, Eli.
Man, they just competed. They didn't give up, and they pulled it out. Not much to say, Dane.
It will set up the match of the undefeateds, Flint and Minnesota. That game will be 8:30 next week. We'll have that for you here. Memphis will take on St. Louis, and Utah will play Virginia in week 5 of the Utah Top 50. For Eli Ballstead, Eric Johnson, Vince Francis, Dane, and my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us, and join us next Monday night on YouTube and on KSLSports.com as we bring you the final week of round-robin play in the